Hello, Happy New Year. Today is the 17th of January 2024. I'm a little bit late with my video, so I do apologize, but I hope you've had a good festive season and embracing the new year and what it's going to bring for you. So I'm just going to quickly run through the big events that are happening in the skies for 2024 for all ascendants. Clearly, Saturn is going to be in Aquarius for the remainder of the year. So we know that when Saturn is a malefic. In Aquarius, it's not as because I think Saturn in Capricorn is quite harsh, and so we all kind of felt that during the between 2020 and 2024. January 2024, 2023, when he came out of Capricorn. That what it was, obviously, if you have it in your chart, which I do, we can be very hard on ourselves. We can really because also Capricorn is the sign that we feel as though we have to always elevate, always work harder, get up the ladder of career, because it's natural 10th house of the zodiac, etc. So it is a little bit difficult in that sense, because and also we know that the governments were quite kind of there were the lockdowns and all the other things that happened between 2020 and 2023 were really evident. But also what it does, it shakes up the governments too, because also it's a malefic and it's naturally going into the sign, because you can read everybody's chart from Aries, and Aries is a natural zodiac. So we know that a lot of things during that time were shaken up with Saturn. And Saturn, obviously, what it does, it travels through the three nakshatras, 2 or 3 depending on the sign. And what it does during that time, when it goes back, it retrogrades, it really shakes things up. And so it becomes a period of reflection. And so we have seen a lot of changes in the world. So at the same time now, being that it's going to be like another whole year of Saturn being in Aquarius, we know that things are going to be shaken up in all the organizations. 11th house is big companies, banks, health, commerce, essential, it's anything to do with the economy, etc. So all of those things are going to have a massive shake-up during this period while Saturn is there, and it's going to continue into next year anyway and beyond, because it's working through all of these things. And as it's going through, we know that there's going to be changes with Shatabisha, with technology and healing, new things coming out, and I think things that are going to come out are going to be absolutely outstanding. And then we're going to go into what would be like, because it's working through Dhanishta. Dhanishta is like construction and building, getting the foundations established. And then it's going to go to Purva Bhadrapada, which is, again, it's going to be much more to do with changes that are all a bit more Jupiterian. So the actual vibes of it, the wisdom, the learning is going to be different again. So that is, again, something to watch out for. So that's Saturn for you. Jupiter is going to be mainly in, because Jupiter changes sign, it goes into Taurus beginning 1st of May 2024. So up till then, it's still in Aries. So it's blessing everyone in the sense that everybody is being supported in a sense by Jupiter. It's also aspecting what would be the 5th house of natural zodiac, which is Leo, Libra, and also what it's doing is aspecting its own sign, which is fantastic for everyone. So we know that the wisdom, people are just having this awakening, because it's the 12th sign of the rules, the 12th sign of the natural zodiac, which is Pisces, and it's so people are having more of an awakening, more of a spiritually kind of connecting to their soul. They're becoming more independent, more sovereign, more listening to their own intuition rather than being guided constantly by nanny states. Do this, do this, do this. So this is quite an amazing time. for all of us, really. And and you can see that the education system is going to be having a little bit of a shake-up as well because of that. And so we can witness that up till May. And I think you can see that because there's a discord between the teachers, you know, like particularly in the UK, because the curriculum is just keeps changing. The needs and the wants, you know, the students are being taught, not really, they're going to school, but they're not being taught the curriculum. They're just doing all these other things that they feel as though they should be preaching to their children. And so parents are standing up and saying, well, no, actually, we bring our kids to school for education. That's all we want you to do. And then we have Rahu Ketu that are going to be in the axis of Pisces and Virgo. So it just means that Ketu is going to take out some of the old unwanted medications, medical systems that are no longer, you know, sitting right with the people. There's going to be a massive change actually in the whole healing, social services, the councils, all these systems that are in place, including education, because sixth house is obviously to do with all the systems. So all of those are going to have a shake up, which is fantastic because the whole systems really need a good reset, if you like. And then when I say reset, I say it in a nice way, because we're going to probably more and more people are now going back to, I mean, I can't believe how many of my friends are seeing holistic dentists rather than normal dentists. How many of them actually don't want all those chemicals in their toothpaste that they say is good for your enamels, but actually isn't really good for your pineal gland, etc. And then we have in Pisces, we have Rahu. Rahu is all about changes that are happening on the bigger scale. So people are just obviously spiritually growing, and everybody is going to be feeling a bit more okay with being on their own every now and then, or take themselves for walks, meditate, just be in nature more, be by yourself, allow your mind to just rest so all the answers come to you. And you realize why all the sages were very much to do with just isolate yourself for a time, get away from your devices and just walk, you know, allow your mind to be completely rested, and then like everything feels so much better. And that's what I have been doing actually most of since 2020. I would say I've done more of that, where I'm spending more in the garden. I'm doing things in the community where we're growing things together, sharing, etc. Things that are just you know, just touching soil. You actually are getting the negative ions from earth, and that is really healing because it gets rid of all the positive, you know, basically it's like an antioxidant, isn't it? Just like you know, raising the energy and frequency of your bodies. Well, actually, just even putting your feet on the grass or on sand, stones and things like that, they are very they recharge you, because we're basically electrical beings, so they recharge our batteries. And they say that 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day can literally cause so much positivity in your body that you get rid of quite a lot of inflammation, and really good for the mind, stress, etc. So anyway, so that's, as you can see, that Rahu is definitely going to change things, shake things up, and that is also going to be a shake up in the prison systems, hospitals, and also rest homes for the elderly. And so those are the major focuses of the year. Okay, so we're going to do this now for each of the ascendants. Hello, this video is for Libra ascendants for 2024. Apologies that I'm a bit late, but I've just been traveling again, so it's been difficult finding space or broadband to do this. Anyway, never mind about me. Let's get on with the year. We've got quite an interesting year coming up, really, in the sense that it's going to feel a little bit wow, the beginning, and then it's going to just get better and better. So this year, oh, let's change the ascendant actually as we are talking. Here we are. So for Libra ascendant, you can see that I'm going to concentrate on the slower moving planets because they really pan out and map out what we are really, the experiences are, where the karmas are being paid, where the fruits are. So for you guys, Saturn is just about the most important planet. It is on its own creates, it's a yoga karaka planet, and it's creating a Raja Yoga for you because it is in Aquarius sidereal, and it will be the remainder of the year and beyond in Aquarius. And on its own, it creates a Sasha Yoga, which is a Mahapurusha of greatness, and also a Raja Yoga too. So it's amazing. It's creating a Dana Yoga as well because fifth lord is aspect in the 11th house too. And also multiple good things happening there also because it's also aspecting what is your second house of money as well. So let's begin with that. Let's begin with Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is softer than Capricorn Saturn. It's not as harsh. It's much more community, wants to connect. So that feeling that you were kind of things were not working out so well up till January of last year, 2023, is all kind of in the past now. So now we have a situation where Saturn from your fifth house of creativity, children, academic education, just having basically fun in your life. It's there and it's encouraging you to just connect, be more creative, do more, be busy really in that sense. And because it's aspecting also your 11th house of, doing things with your networks, groups. If you don't do that already, it's probably a nice thing to do. Nonetheless, whatever happens with the Sun joining Saturn and going in opposition this year as well, you will be more and more encouraged to do that. So Saturn from your fifth house will be aspecting putting effort into your relationships. The third aspect of Saturn will be on Aries. So and it's also aspecting Jupiter there too. So lots of things about relationship, working with others, and your public image really. So connecting with others is going to be key to this year and beyond. As I said, Saturn is still going to be there for a while yet. So, and whenever you have Jupiter and Saturn giving energy to a sign, in which case by aspect, Saturn is aspect in Aries, Jupiter is already there. So it just means that you can create what you'd like in there. So whether it's a job, career, connecting with others, or just relationships generally speaking, or travel, those are all things that can happen with that, with what's going on with Saturn there and Jupiter. It's also aspecting your 11th house of groups, networks, elder sibling, etc., and accolades, certifications, and diplomas. So that's really nice. And then also it's aspecting your second house of money. So it's creating two strong Dana yogas, Raj yoga on its own, Mahapurush yoga, and 2, 3 Raj. Yeah, so there's multiple things happening there. So those are the focus for you. So about relationships, creating a family, saving money, and being more available to your partner, to your family, and your friends. So, this is like your Yoga Karaka planet having an impact on your second and 11th house of money. So really good. Wealth. I have heard serious things about the transfer of wealth later this year. So you can definitely see that in your chart. Now, also, what's happening with Jupiter? Jupiter rules third and sixth house. So it's not a great planet for you guys, but in transit, it's softer. But what it means is like, because sixth lord, sixth and third lord is in the seventh house, important not to create any conflict by your communications, maybe quick communication, or also by just doing things in haste, if you like, and just being aware. But it also can mean that not only can it create some discord with your partner or your friends or siblings, whatever, but it can also very nicely, with grace, well, not really grace, because wisdom is more Jupiter, grace is more Venus, really. So with wisdom and knowledge, and just allowing the other person some grace, some time, you can actually work through all those things that need to be ironed out, if you like, with your partner, with others, etc., just through using good speech, etc. So that's going to be the theme until 1st of May 2024, when Jupiter then walks into Sidereal Taurus, 1st of May. And that means that it actually will be much better in that case, because Jupiter will then be aspecting, so basically what it does is 6th house ruler in the 8th house. So it creates like a Viprit Raja Yoga. So what it means is like you create, it creates a Raja Yoga of, there are some difficulties, but you're working through those difficulties with intelligence of the 6th house, and just working through some of those difficult things and making yourself actually triumphant as a result. Going back to between now and the 1st of May, when Jupiter is still in what would be Aries. Aries is a very fast sign, so we can actually give you fast speech, make you really want to. It's speed, doing things hastily because of the nature of the sign. So it's worthwhile to actually bear that in mind, especially because it's in Ashwini for a little bit still. So just good to take note of that. And from there, obviously, till 1st of May, it's aspecting own sign, 3rd house for you, which is house of learning, doing workshops, interest, exercise, travel, and basically foreign languages, things like that. So it's aspecting own sign and looking after the fruits of your 3rd house of communications, friends and siblings. It's also aspecting Leo. Leo is your 11th house of friends, groups, and basically if you're doing any qualifications, blessing that as well, because you work in 6th house is hard work. So you put in a lot of time and effort into any of those, and you'll be triumphant with it. And it's also aspecting your 1st house. So you've got to be aware. First of all, it's Jupiter, so it is a benevolent planet, but also it's your 6th house ruler. So we could actually cause our own difficulties, hurdles, obstacles, etc. But also, what it does, it can because you can plan things well, and your thinking process will be quicker and faster. You can actually get rid of those issues too. So it can give it to you, but it can also take them away too. So between now and 1st of May, you have this opportunity to work through things that are actually, you're finding that they're creating little knots in your life. And but use Jupiter and Saturn's encouragement to get rid of those issues, which are to do with your how things are between yourself, your work, your partners, other people, and also in your groups too, because Saturn and Jupiter both aspecting you, Leo. So you can actually join groups that are really kind of help community, and maybe like community gardening, for example, things like that. You can also can be fruits of this too. So that's Jupiter in Aries. From 1st of May, when it goes into Taurus, then what happens is from there is aspecting your 12th house. So this is 6th house ruler aspecting 12th house. That creates a nice Viprit Raja Yoga. And it just means that you become, you look after all those things that are holding your healing back. So you might do all meditation, you might do Tai Chi, acupuncture, stuff like that. Really look after yourself. Look after yourself in the ancient way of doing things, health as things used to be in a natural way. And also Virgo is all about green and herbs, Ayurveda, stuff like that. So you could do that by going like fasting or maybe like going to a retreat, etc., because it's also 12th house ashrams. And you can actually heal yourself from all those kind of things that maybe you have been holding you back. And from there also is aspecting your second house of money, which means that you could actually, it blesses the house. So it could be that you become much more, if you like, want to be a service to your family. You want to get rid of your debts, stuff like that. And also is aspecting Capricorn from Taurus, which means basically that Taurus for you being your 4th house. So you're going to have like want to move, because 3rd house rule is aspecting the 4th house. So either a move, change of car, or it could also be that you'll be doing repairs or renovations to your home, room, etc. Now, the other sort of big focus will be for everyone where Rahu and Ketu are. So this is a time for, as long as the nodes are in this position, which will be for the remainder of this year, you will be really becoming quite, if you like, very much wanting to be spiritual and charitable, and really kind of having time on your own to just focus on what your soul's needs are during this time. Definitely spiritual time, awakening, and wanting to just know the meaning of life at this point. And you find that Rahu is sitting in Jupiter sign. So Rahu in Jupiter sign is has calmed down. It's not so, Jupiter tends to give it grace, if you like, but it's really all about hard work and establishing some really good eating habits, exercise habits, just your daily routines, getting them under your wing, and maybe things that you have struggled with for a while. What you can do during this period whilst Rahu is there is just try different things, and then by the time Rahu comes out of that sign, which will be next year, you will be able to have had conquered whatever was that was holding you back, whether it was a job, change of a job, some health issues, something that you wanted to do for, say, for example, being service to your family, etc. Well, you can actually, eating habits, etc. You can actually manage that. Some people might want to start running, for example, and they can easily do that. You will be able to find new ways of doing those sort of things. Rahu from there is also aspecting your 2nd house. And remember, Rahu co-rules your 4th house, Aquarius, with Saturn, and it is in the 5th house. So it does create a Raja Yoga on its own. And it's also aspecting your 2nd house from there of money. So it can actually allow you to come to good amounts of money. From there also, it's aspecting your 10th house of career too. So you could be doing multiple jobs, a new job, or something different, some new responsibility in your job too. So those are the key points of this year. So pretty good, really. I just want you to just be aware of these dates. So I'm going to give you, like, Saturn is going to be conjunct Sun in Aquarius, 13th of February to 14th of March. So this is really a time where both planets are strong. Sun will be aspecting own sign Leo, Saturn obviously in own sign. However, during this time, our bosses can really be demanding, let's say demanding. It could also be that, for example, you have, you got to just do things with a bit awareness for yourself. So not rushing things. So if you go running, make sure you do really good warm up first and then cool down, because they both rule your skeletal and also your teeth. So you don't want to be breaking anything, chip anything, having falls, stuff like that. So when you feel you're tired, you're a little bit stressed, take time out and just go for like a steam or a sauna or a swim, stretches, a bath, a shower. Just relax yourself, take yourself to bed early, maybe just during that time. So that's 13th of February to 14th of March. And then we have 15th of March till 23rd of April. Then we have Saturn will be conjunct Mars. And so basically what happens during this time, it does create a nice Dana yoga for you, because second and fifth house ruler will be connected. But what it also means that you could have suddenly get money. It's quite sudden, but also it can make you work really hard during this time. So be aware, look after yourself, take time out when you need it. The other thing is as well, it can be very foundational. Saturn and Mars together, particularly Mars in Saturn signs, it has got the restrictions of Saturn. So it can actually not be that energy that it expels. It's focus more with form, with boundaries. So therefore you can actually have really excellent outcome and foundations for whatever you want to do. So it's a really good time to plan, put good foundations down and go from there. So maybe, for example, it could be that you move in with your partner, so you will have a really good idea about who's spending money on what is necessary to do, what isn't, etc. And then after that, we have Saturn goes retrograde on the 30th of June till 15th of 11. So it's a little bit softer again, because Saturn is soft in Aquarius, but even softer when it's in Aquarius and retrograde. And so you might be reflecting on a new home, having children, etc. And then we have Saturn Sun opposition, 16th of August, for a month, when Sun and Saturn are both very strong, but in opposition to each other. So again, the situation where they both rule bones and teeth. So just be aware of that. Don't look after yourself. Then we have with Jupiter, obviously I said that 5th of May will be going into Taurus, but it does go retrograde 10th of October till the new year. And then we have Rahu and Ketu lunar eclipse and solar eclipses. So we have a lunar eclipse on the 25th of March, which includes Mercury. So everything for you is on the 6th and 12th house axes. And then we have, so it could be times to let go of things, which is always nice when we get that help from the universe. And then we have Venus involved in what would be the solar eclipse. And so Venus will be with the Sun. They're not quite friendly with each other, but it's your own ruler, so you want to be aware of that. And then we have lunar eclipse on the 18th of September. And then solar eclipse finishing in Virgo with Mercury. So a good time to actually end things as needed. That's it from me for you guys, and I'll just see you. I wish you a fantastic 2024, and I can't really promise any more videos, but really enjoy it. Make it really a special year for yourself. Okay, so I am now going to go to the next ascendant, which is Scorpio. So for Scorpio, we have Saturn rules the 3rd and 4th house, and it's in the 4th house. So, for you, you might decide that you would like to move. Definitely moving is something that you're thinking about during this period. So, and that could go on looking this year, maybe moving this year, or could even happen next year. From there, obviously, Saturn is also aspecting your 10th house, and so is Jupiter. So for you, when Saturn and Jupiter have an impact on a house together, whether it's conjunction or aspect, it just means opportunities do occur in that sign, which is your career. So, you could have new things come up for you. It could be like you are certainly can manifest the job that you want, or the responsibility or promotion that you would like. Saturn is also by aspecting what would be your 6th house of work again, and daily routines, exercise, maybe fasting, healing, all of those kind of things, daily routine, that are all to do with the 6th house. They're both having an impact again on the same sign. Aries, your 6th house. So all those kind of things you can actually make amends with people who maybe there was some form of discord, help somebody in the family, like your mum who has been poorly, a car or a home that you know needed repairing, you'll be able to do that. And also it could be that you do the job of, maybe if you're a counselor or a teacher to young students, then you get in better opportunities in that department. You can definitely get rid of any form of debts or anything like that during this period, and put to rest anything that's like holding you back, obstacles and things, because both planets are giving you that opportunity. Saturn is also aspecting what would be your first house. So, you know, you're becoming more conscientious, hardworking, and more tenacious in what you want to achieve. So whether it's moving house or your new job, you know, it's kind of egging you on to do that. And you're kind of feeling like, you know, I want to achieve things in my life, and that's definitely gives you the energy and the motivation to do that. Then we have so Saturn also, as I said, like Jupiter is, they both as having an influence on your sixth house. So Jupiter obviously is going to be there in Aries for and up till 1st of May this year. From where it's sitting now is your second and fifth house ruler in the sixth house. So it could be that you have been working really hard with your academic work. Your children have been working hard. Maybe you've, you know, you have become an advisor or a counselor during this time. And from there, Jupiter is aspecting own sign, which is fifth house ruler aspecting the second house, Sagittarius, and looking after your family values, family, and your savings. So any debts or anything, you could take care of it during this time because Jupiter is in good condition. It's in a friendly sign. And or it could be that you're borrowing money for your new home or new car. And Jupiter is also, we already spoke about, is having an impact on your fifth house ruler aspect in the 10th house. That's creating a fantastic Raja Yoga, very good. And it's also aspecting what would be your 12th house of spending. So it could be definitely spending on your home or whatever, car or family, which is all good. Then from 1st of May, it will be going into Taurus, which is your 7th house. So now you have fantastic Raja Yoga occurring, 5th house rule in the 7th house. And also Jupiter not only blessing your 7th house, blessing your ascendant. So that's fantastic protection. Aspecting what would be from there, your 3rd and also your 11th house. So all your desires, all the interests that you have, being with friends, doing things with your networks, friends, getting your accolades, your certification, or with the 3rd house, communicating with your friends and siblings more traveling, more in, you know, hobbies, etc. Learning more, workshops and stuff like that. So all of that becomes much more with ease as well. And so that's Jupiter. And then we have Rahu and Ketu. So Rahu is all in the 5th house for you, Pisces, and Ketu is in the 11th house. So, oh, did I say? No. So, sorry, what I meant to say with Jupiter was, okay, when Jupiter goes into Taurus, we'll be actually aspecting your 11th house. I was pointing at Leo, but 11th house. So now when with Rahu and Ketu, so Ketu is in the 11th house and Rahu in the 5th house. So what will happen with this is Rahu is obviously making you want to be like, have children. Maybe it's making you feel like you want to be out more creative. Do like go to theatre, to the cinema, just connect more with people, with friends, etc. Siblings, having like nice times together, etc. But you're feeling more romantic also. You want to, if you're single, you want to connect with other single people. And if you're married, you want to bring a little bit of romance into your relationship. Whatever it is, it's all lovely. You know, it's all very creative time. K2, on the other hand, is in your 11th house. So it just means that you want to be hanging out with friends who are very, you have things in common with, from past lives together. Maybe you have all kind of done things more community-based, more growing things together, doing more practical stuff with friends, that kind of thing. That's what it's about. But definitely can also mark the fact that you have, if you had started some kind of qualification, then that's coming to an end. Your studies will be ending by the time K2 comes out. So this is K2 and Rahu. So lots of things going on for your 5th house there. Now, if I go back to Saturn, I just want to give you some dates with Saturn. So Saturn Sun will be conjunct in Aquarius, 13th of February to 14th of March. So this obviously means Sun rules your 10th house, will be aspect in 10th house and looking after us. That's very strong conjunction in that sense. Both planets are strong, but they don't really like each other. And so just be aware that it could be like your boss could be a little bit demanding during this time, bit of an ego thing going on. Generally speaking, when this happens, because with yours it's quite good condition, just be aware that you need to look after yourself. So if you're exercising or driving, make sure your car is in good condition, it's got petrol and stuff like that. And if you're exercising, you know, make sure you warm up, cool down. Just be aware of yourself. When you're tired, go to bed, have a shower, go to spa maybe if you're feeling a bit tired, because they both rule your skeletal system and your teeth. So you don't want to have any accidents. You don't want to have falls or break a tooth or chip something. Just doing things, you know, just calmly, if you like. This will happen again in August 16th, for a month when Saturn and Sun will be in opposition, when Sun will actually be in Leo. So same kind of thing will happen there. When on the 14th of March, Sun comes out of Aquarius, then Mars joins Saturn in Aquarius till 15th of March till 23rd of April. Now, for you will be the 1st and the 6th house ruler in the 4th house. So, you know, this is the time that look after your car, look after your tires, look after your mum. If there's something going on in your home that needs repairing, deal with it during this time, because Saturn and Mars are very good to get the job done. The energy goes into that thing. But remember also, they're both malefic, and this is a sign of mom, emotions, etc. But generally speaking, look after that kind of thing, that, you know, you will be working a lot harder. You might be working from home as well, working really hard. But whatever happens, when you are tired, take time out. But it's very good foundational time because the energy will be very focused during this period. Saturn then goes retrograde 30th of June till 15th of November. So although Saturn is a lot more kind, if you like, in Aquarius, when it's retrograde, it's even kinder because it's more passive. And I don't mind that at all personally. So that's Saturn. Jupiter will be in Aries till 1st of May. Then it will go into Taurus. And Jupiter will be retrograde 10th of October till the new year. And obviously Rahu Ketu will be in the same signs all year. Then lunar eclipse will be occurring in the 25th of March 24, with Mercury being involved in Pisces. And then 2 weeks later, we have a solar eclipse, which will include Venus, and that will be on the 8th of 8th of April. So these are times for you to actually think, like, you know, it's very much about relationships, children, etc. And then lunar eclipse on the 18th of September, followed by the final one, which is solar eclipse in Virgo with Mercury on the 2nd of October 24. So this is the major times that are happening, things that are happening, which, you know, the universe will help us realize our dreams and give us the opportunity to get them activated. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a fantastic year. Thank you. Hello, I hope you're well. Well, I don't know what happened. I recorded all the videos and my computer has eaten. That's the only way I can describe Sagittarius and Capricorn when missing. Anyway, so here I am. I'm doing them again. Basically, I'm wishing you a very, very happy new year. This is for Sagittarius ascendant. So let's commence. It's incredible. I did it all. Oh my goodness. I think I need a new computer. Anyway, so let's go back because I've already done these. But right, let's start with Sagittarius ascendant or moon. So for you guys, first house ruler and fourth house ruler, Jupiter is in the fifth house, and it means that it's creating a lovely Raja at Dana Yoga for you. Fantastic, makes you feel very creative, wanting to enjoy wonderful endeavors, learn new things, etc. It's also protecting yourself because Jupiter is aspecting Sagittarius, the first house, and making you feel lucky and opportunities are created for you. Jupiter from there will be aspecting, as is Saturn as well, Leo, which is your ninth house of learning and wisdom, happiness, all those wonderful parents, father, and travel. And it's also aspecting your 11th house of networks and groups. So you're enjoying spending time with your elder sibling or friends, networks, and also makes it easy for you to achieve your qualifications too. And obviously, it's also creating lovely time with your well, doing things with your friends, but also your children as well. So it's creating a lovely time so you can connect with your child and enjoy each other's company more, and also more romantic. Jupiter will be there till 1st of May, and then after that it goes into Taurus. So when it goes into Taurus, it'll be obviously blessing the sixth house. However, it's the first house in the sixth house, so you have to look after your health, your well-being. But it's a really great time to get your daily routines, how you want to, if you want to fast or start some exercise routine, health and healing, or work will be amazing during that time. And also it's aspecting your second house. So I was just going to go back. So make sure when it goes in there, you don't create your own diseases or obstacles or debt or anything like that, but it just use the positive side of that, which could be like your house needs redecorating because there's fourth house rule in the sixth. Your mum, you know, be service to your mum, do any repair work to your home, etc. From there, it'll be aspecting your second house of money, savings, etc. Your family, committing to your family and doing, you know, being of service to your family. Also aspecting what would be for you your 10th house of work. So your work will be very much to do with looking after service and healing for other people during that time. It's also aspecting from Taurus will be aspecting what is your 12th house, which means that your sleep will be better. Because after all, what's happening, Saturn and Rahu also aspecting your 12th house of sleep. But Taurus will be occupied by Jupiter, which is a wonderful benefic, and it will help you with your sleep, meditation, any form of activities like that. And also, more than anything, spirituality. All three planets will help you in that for sure. So that's Jupiter, and Jupiter will be also going retrograde. What will be on 10th of October 2024 till next year. So that's towards the end of the year. So these are the major things that are going on with Jupiter. With Saturn, who rules second and third house, it's in the third house. So from there is aspect in your fifth house. So it's very much like you becoming very creative. Also Jupiter is there as well. So both of them creating hobbies, interests, connecting with friends, etc., learning, but really committing to things so you learn them properly. You know, you give them the time that they really need. From there, obviously, Saturn is aspecting what would be your ninth house, as is Jupiter. So it's very much about learning and wisdom, etc., knowledge, higher knowledge. And from there also is aspecting the 12th house of letting go and creating energy and space for new things, spirituality, traveling abroad, etc. Because after all, it's his third house ruler aspect in the 12th house. So Saturn is obviously for you is second house ruler as well. One of the things that you could really enjoy is actually being in Aquarius, because second and third house are connected with that, and the fifth house. So it could be a very enjoyable thing to do. Now, Saturn will be conjunct the sun or opposite the sun. I'll give you the dates for that. Conjunct 13th of February till 14th of March. And in opposition 16th of August for a month. So both planets will be nice and strong, but do remember that despite the fact that they are both strong, they're both malefics, so you want to look after the skeletal and your teeth. So if you're running or doing activities, make sure you warm up and cool down. Make sure you rest when you need it, and just taking it easy. Take a bath when you need one, a massage, rest, go to bed early, etc. So when Sun is in conjunction with Saturn, it's aspecting the ninth house and looking after it. So be aware of your dad and, you know, give special attention to your studies or your learnings. But they're both going to be strong. By actual aspect, Sun is going to look after own sign. Saturn is already well in Aquarius and looking after that. When then they're in opposition from 16th of August for a month, they're both in own house and they're both strong. It's just that we need to look after ourselves. When on the 14th of March, Sun then comes out of Aquarius and goes into Pisces, then what happens is Mars pops into Aquarius, and he'll be there from 15th of March till 23rd of April. During this time, it's a great time for you to do obviously anything creative, anything to do with friends, really having fun. But also it's really good for planning, because both planets together make you work really, really hard, learn a lot, be creative. The energy, Saturn will actually give really firm boundaries to Mars, and this is really good time if you want to plan things ahead, put good foundations down for whatever it is you're planning. This is a really good energy that you can use for sure. And also Mars will be giving energy to Leo, and also together they can make those things happen for you. Just be aware, again, this is another malefic sitting with Saturn, the big malefic. So, and it can make things happen too quickly, too much energy. So just rein it back. Now, then also Saturn goes retrograde on 30th of June till 15th of November. And then we have Rahu Ketu for you in your 4th and 10th house. So, you know, with your job, you're either like retiring, or you're wanting to do a job that is more kind of soul fulfilling, something that you're helping others and you're being of service. And you also, Rahu in the 4th house, you want to, because it's your 3rd house rule in the 4th house, you definitely want to move abroad, do something unusual to your home, or maybe buy a foreign car, etc. Those are very much a theme. Also could be renovating, etc., putting an extension on your home too. And I'm just going to give you the dates for lunar and solar eclipses. So we have lunar eclipse. This is all in your 4th and 10th house. Lunar eclipse, which is 25th of March 2024 with Mercury in Pisces. Solar eclipse, 8th of the 4th, 24 with Venus again. So and then we have a lunar eclipse in the 18th of September, but these will be more in things that you're letting go of in Virgo. And then we have a solar eclipse in Virgo with Mercury on the 2nd of October. So these will give you the energy and momentum to get things that you want from the universe to manifest. Okay, I'm going to go to the next ascendant. So we're going to do Capricorn. For you, Capricorn, first and second house ruler Saturn is sitting in the second house. Create a Dana Yoga immediately. From there, it just means that you're actually second house. It just means you are much more committed to your family, to your values. You might be collecting family heirlooms. You're much more committed to your in-laws. Also, it's encouraging you to be much more susceptible and inviting to changes, because, you know, just generally speaking, 8th house is for you is Leo, and Leo is a fixed sign. So Capricorn ascendants don't really like change, but this is what Saturn and Jupiter are inviting you to just embrace change, because it could be really good for you. Saturn then from the second house aspect in the 4th house, so it's creating a lovely Raja Yoga for you. And so it could be some home change, because after all, 12th house ruler Jupiter is being aspected by first house ruler in the 4th house. So there could be some change in the abode or your car. And so opportunities in the happiness, emotional stability, mum, home, etc. Both of those planets, they're also, as we said, aspect the 8th house. And then what happens, they have Saturn aspecting also your 10th house, sorry, not 10th house, your 11th house of friends, elder sibling, qualifications, accolade, that kind of thing. Your networks. And also this is a fantastic Dana Yoga second house ruler aspect in the 11th house. That's fantastic. The other thing is Rahu is also the co-ruler of your second house. It's also aspect in your 11th house of gains, loads of friends, networks, etc. So that's pretty amazing. So that's Saturn for you. Saturn is going to be also conjunct the Sun between 13th of February and 14th of March. So 2 malefics in your second house, both strong. Saturn rules Aquarius and sitting in there. And from Aquarius, Sun will be aspecting own sign Leo and protecting that too. But they both are malefics. So be careful with your teeth, particularly you guys, because mouth is second house. Look after your teeth, your skeletal system. Make sure you don't crunch into, you know, things, and look after your teeth. If you're also running, make sure you warm up, cool down. If you're tired, take yourself to bed, have a massage, have a shower or bath. Just relax yourself more than usual during this time. This will also occur again later in the month, 16th of August, when Sun goes into own sign Leo. They'll be in opposition. Same things happen again, because you don't want to suddenly break your tooth, you know, break your bone or anything like that. Just be aware of yourself during that time. And then as on the 14th of March, as Sun comes out of Aquarius, then Mars walks in. And so you have Mars with Saturn during that time. And what will happen is, actually before that, you'll have also, for a while, you have Mars on your first house exalted. So you'll be like mover, shaky, you can just do anything. That's just going to be absolutely amazing. And from there, we'll be protecting own sign as well, the 4th house. So anyway, going back to this situation now. So it's basically Mars and Saturn together. So Mars is a fast-moving, energetic planet, and what Saturn can actually keep it in check. So Mars does quite well when it's with Saturn or Saturn signs. During this time, obviously, just be aware again that you have 2 malefics in your second house, so be cautious. However, this is a really good time for planning the things that you want to do, because they, you know, these two together can give you fantastic foundation and really do the planning that you need to do. So use that energy for that. Then Saturn goes retrograde 30th of June to 15th of 11th. And so that will be what Saturn is providing for you, but definitely creating opportunities for home and for changes of home or any form of changes. And Rahu and Saturn create that opportunity for you just there in your 11th house. Now, for you guys, Jupiter rules 3rd and 12th house, and it's in the 4th house. So it just means that you are thinking about moving abroad, or doing something unusual to your home, etc. And also letting go of some of the stuff that actually taking up energy is good old spring clean too. Then Jupiter from there, we said about the changes there, but it's also aspecting what is Libra for you, which is your 10th house. So it could be that you could be working behind the scenes at work, you could be traveling with work, or you could be doing some very creative stuff, learning new things to do with your job as well. And also from there, Jupiter is aspecting your 12th house, blessing own house and looking after your house of letting go and endings, but also spirituality and good sleep. And then we have Rahu and Ketu for you in 3rd and 9th house. So, you know, those of you who are doing like university work, some form of qualification, higher education, that will be coming to an end whilst Ketu is there. Look after your dad's health too. Be aware of your parents. And then the 3rd house is all about learning and opportunities to do fun stuff, connecting more with your siblings, your friends, learn a foreign language, stuff, all of those that are fun, being busy, being more arty, if you like, are all the focus for you there. So you're basically, in a sense, the whole family, you could change your belief system during this time. Your dad could be doing that, your family and parents during this time. You could all travel together to do some pilgrimage. And Rahu, so this is the axis that's really, really active during this period for you. And the solar and lunar eclipses will be occurring in that axis too, 3rd and 9th house. So all about learning. So lunar eclipse on the 25th of March with Mercury in your 3rd house. Mercury will be debilitated during that period. And then a solar eclipse on the 8th of April, together with the Venus, which is exalted. And then we have a lunar eclipse on the 18th of September in Virgo, followed by a solar eclipse in Virgo with Mercury on the 2nd of October. So that's really the focus of your year. Make the most of it. I hope you have a most amazing year. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Hello, thank you for joining me. This part of the video is for Aquarius Ascendant and Aquarius Moon for 2024. Okay, let's start. I hope you're all keeping well. I am having storage issues. Honestly, computers are a bit of a nightmare, aren't they? Anyway, let's start. So for you guys, Aquarius Ascendant, so you have your 12th house ruler, Saturn, is in your 1st house for the remainder of this year. And it will be going retrograde between 30th of June and 15th of 11th November. So what does that mean? The 12th house ruler in the 1st house. So it just means that you're becoming more spiritual. You're okay being on your own and actually doing a lot of deep stuff on yourself, meditating, etc. But definitely you're finding that you are, because you're actually switching off the noise, outside noise, you actually probably will start manifesting more and more. From there, the 1st house ruler is aspecting your 3rd house. So putting more effort into learning new languages, learning new things, attending workshops, attending more, just being engaged with your friends, with your siblings, doing fun stuff like hobbies and interests, reading, things like that. Jupiter is there as well. Jupiter is your 2nd and 11th house ruler, is in the 3rd house. So it's encouraging you to do more creative stuff, arty stuff, and just be more busy, walking, attending galleries, days out, travel, etc. And it's also second house ruler. Jupiter is in the third house, and it's also 11th house ruler. So what it could be, that it could be you really enjoy joining a singing group, choir, etc. I just love them. They are just brilliant. And so yeah, that's fantastic. So actually, through that, your groups and networks will really expand with Jupiter's help. And Jupiter is there. Your second house ruler is aspect in your 11th house. So looking after all those things to do with money and networks, qualifications, etc. Then we have Saturn and Jupiter together are also aspect in Leo. Leo for you is your 7th house of relationships. So for those of you who have a desire to be in a relationship that's being actually looked after, and those of you who also, because it's 7th house, also your public image and your career, it's an image of your 10th house, 10th from 10th. So it's giving you opportunities in that department. Those of you who are single, you could be guided towards the right person. Those of you who are in a relationship, it actually makes you much more focused on your relationship. So that is, then Saturn is also aspecting your 10th house, which is fantastic. So that just the karaka, or the significator for work, is also aspecting that. So it could be during this time you could be working abroad, working behind the scenes, learning some stuff, behind the scenes. And Rahu is also aspecting that as well. So you would learn quite a lot of stuff and do what you call you might be doing a couple of jobs. You will have more responsibilities than usual too. So that's Saturn for you. Then Jupiter, which is obviously makes money for you. It's all about your values, family, savings, and also your groups of friends. It's in the 3rd house, so obviously, as you know, makes you much joyous during this time, aspecting your 7th house of relationships and 11th house. So it's all your desires will be met with the help of Jupiter. Jupiter is also aspecting your 9th house of luck, opportunities, father, travel, learning, etc. So you'll enjoy those things a lot more. Now, Rahu, Ketu are in your 2nd and 8th house. So what will happen is, this is really the focus for you as well. Because obviously these are all very slow moving planets. So Rahu is actually expanding your 2nd house. So if you're single, it wants you to have a family, wants you to have some savings. Ketu, what is doing, also just like having a really firm idea of what your values are, what your value, what your choices, really working on your boundaries and being, getting close to your family or creating your own family. Ketu, on the other hand, is all about letting go of things that no longer serve you. It just makes it easy. You're actually you don't find that difficult anyway, because your 8th house is a dual sign. So even if if you're having a little bit of a clear out, you think, oh, I keep this. A few months later, when you go through it again, you think you can let go. So this is wonderful. It allows you to just travel lighter and keep your energy for yourself. So it's quite a positive thing in that respect. So you'll be embracing change, and your change will be better, which is much more in karmic thing to do with your journey, if you like. So these are what's happening there. Now, I'm going to start with the lunar eclipses, so lunar and solar eclipses. So all of it is happening in your 2nd and 8th house. So Ketu will be letting go, and Rahu will be new things coming in. So we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 25th of March. Mercury will be in there as well. Mercury is basically your stabilitated there. So it's 5th house ruler, and you're also 8th house ruler in there. So Mercury is also wanting you to change things and let go. You have a solar eclipse on the 8th of April with Venus. Venus will be your yoga karaka planet, so it's exalted there. And then we have a lunar eclipse on the 18th of 9th, and solar eclipse with Mercury in Virgo on the 2nd of October. So this is what's happening with those. So the universe will help you let go of things, save things, that kind of thing that you need. Will the opportunities will arise during those times and beyond as well, because they do give you that energy to just activate those things even after the event. Now we have the other thing that I want to just point out during this time is that Saturn will be with Sun in your first house between 13th of February and 14th of March. Now, Sun Saturn they're both going to be strong. Saturn rules your first house, and Leo is ruled by Sun, so it's aspecting own sign from Aquarius when it's conjunct Saturn. So both of them in your first house. So in a sense, they both are in good condition, but they're both malefic. So be aware of yourself during this time too. So this is going to occur again later in the year, in August, middle of August, 16th of August, for a month, when Sun will be in opposition to Saturn. The reason why I want you to know about this is because they both rule the skeletal system and also your teeth. And they're both malefic in a sense. Even though they're strong, they can be very helpful. But what will happen is you want to take care of yourself during this time. So if you are actually, say you're running, make sure you do a warm up or a cool down after. If you're tired, don't work yourself, to the ground. Go and have a bath, go to the spa, have a massage, chill, go to bed early. Just listen to your body during that time. So I'm going to say those dates again: 13th of February to 14th of March, and again 16th of August for a month when it's happening when Sun is in Leo. So, and then we have Mars and Saturn together conjunct in your first house. So this will happen basically 14th of March. Sun goes into Pisces, but then Mars comes into your first house. So these two planets, obviously, they're not very good together. Well, they're not friendly towards each other. However, they can be very good for us to lay down some serious foundations in our life, because Saturn gives boundaries and focuses Mars. And so during this time, you can put energy into yourself, into your relationship, into your home, because Mars will also be aspecting your fourth house. And also, just like changes will be easier as well, because Mars will put energy into just letting go and embrace those things. But just remember that it is two malefics now in your first house. But very good if you want to get like a plan drawn up and get with doing it. And so basically, Jupiter will be in Taurus, as I said, till 1st of April, 1st of May. So, and what happens is from there, when it goes into Taurus, it would be literally, whereas from there it's kind of aspecting, like it's aspecting from Aries, is aspecting what would be your 11th house of friendships and network, aspecting your house of relationships, and also aspecting your 9th house. When it actually goes into Taurus, 1st of May, will be aspecting your 12th house, so you become much more spiritual. Then it will be aspecting your 8th house of change, so it just makes it easier to just let go of things. And also aspects what would be Scorpio, so it's Saturn. So Saturn and Jupiter both aspecting your 10th house of career, so they gain creative, wonderful opportunities for work there. And obviously Rahu will be aspecting, so it's very much about career there. And all three planets will really energize that for you. So this is literally what's going on. But then Jupiter also goes retrograde on 10th of October till next year. So these are the opportunities that you're going to have. The axis of 2nd and 8th house will be very, very activated. and you get help from the other planets as well, and very much about work from when Jupiter moves into Taurus for you. So that's for Aquarius. So I'm now going to do Pisces, so the next ascendant. Right, so Pisceans, you have Rahu in your first house. So Rahu co-rules for you your 12th house. So it's in your first house. So you could become spiritual during this time. You've got to be careful not to get any bad habits, because Rahu can give people habits, and also Pisces is 12th house of natural zodiac, so it is habit forming, so you've got to be just cautious of that. However, it can make you very humanitarian, very charitable, and you might also want to change things about yourself. So you will not be so much about relationship, it would be much more about working on yourself, developing and evolving as a soul during this time. Do more meditative work so you can actually increase the calcification of your pineal gland, and just be able to be much more intuitive during this time. So Rahu from there is also aspecting what would be your 9th house of belief systems, changing them, becoming much more questioning and critical thinking during this time. Fantastic. And also aspecting your 5th house of creativity, love, children, etc. Just fun. House of fun, it gets activated by Rahu. And meanwhile, Ketu is in your 7th house. As I said, relationships are not going to be as important to you during this time. You want to be with somebody that you have been with for a long time, or somebody could come into your life that you have past lives experiences with them. So somebody from previous lives. So you connect on a very, very deep level. And so that's Rahu Ketu for you. Saturn for you rules 11th and 12th house. It's in the 12th house. Again, might have made it difficult for you to actually get good sleep, because 12th house is how we sleep. And but it's quite good for actually spiritual practices and letting go of things too. It's also aspects the 6th house there, so you could be working behind the scenes in a hospital or something like that, even abroad really. From there, Saturn, which is your 11th house ruler, is also aspecting your 2nd house. So 11th house ruler is aspecting, and 12th house are aspecting the 2nd house. So this is like what's the it's an oxymoron really. So it will create money for you, but it also makes it easy for you to spend money too. Interesting, isn't it? And you want to spend money because 1st and 10th house ruler is in your 2nd house. So that Jupiter is aspected, so 1st house ruler in the 2nd house creates a Dana yoga, and it's also from there, 1st house ruler is aspect in the 10th house, creating a Raja yoga. But basically, as you're earning the money, you're spending the money too. But you're enjoying it because you're spending it on your family, on things that you value, antiques, maybe things like that your family enjoys. But yeah, there's an enjoyment thing that's going on with that as well. And maybe you're spending it for your work, your career, setting up your own thing maybe. Anyway, yeah, so there's money comes in and money goes out. And then as I said, from there also, both Jupiter and Saturn are having an impact on your 6th house of service, daily routine, healing, anything like that, just sort of like being of service to others. So that's really hard work, etc. So that's actually, although you're working hard, you're actually enjoying it because Jupiter is aspecting it as well. So there's and creates opportunities for you if you wanted to do like fasting, some form of good routine for exercise and stuff like that. They can both create opportunities for you in that department too. Jupiter is also aspecting what would be Libra for you guys. That's your 8th house of change, sudden changes, stuff like that. You would just be like, go with the flow and let go and emotionally release all those things that hold you back with love during this time. So Saturn is there the whole of the year, Jupiter will be, so with Rahu and Ketu, Jupiter is there in Aries till 1st of May, and then it goes into Taurus. When it goes into Taurus, so it will be your 1st and 10th house ruler going into the 3rd house. So you'll be doing more creative things at work, and also you'll be doing more learning and more workshops and things like that to do with your job as well. Definitely more creative and much more enjoyable. So from there, obviously, Jupiter will be aspecting what would be the 11th house. So that's lovely. So 1st house ruler aspect in the 11th house creates a lovely Raja Yoga, because obviously all that spending is finished now. So that's nice. And then also from there is aspecting what would be your 7th house of relationship, public image, work, etc. So you are much more like want to connect with maybe you and your partner actually becoming more spiritual, doing more spiritual activities together, or meeting somebody who's quite if you like more or more spiritual. And also from there it will be aspecting what is for you your 9th house of travel, learning, education, etc. Also house of luck and opportunities too, and house of father. So that's all going to be blessed by Jupiter. And look at that, there will be your 10th house ruler aspect in your 9th house. That's a fantastic Raja Yoga. And also will be your 1st house ruler aspect in your 9th house. So fantastic Raja Dana Yogas and multiple things going on there for you. Now let's go about the transits. So I just wanted to point out that Sun and Saturn will be together twice. Obviously, one time will be in conjunction. Sun will be moving in into Aquarius with Saturn from 13th of February to 14th of March. So both will be in exceptionally good condition, because Sun will be aspecting own sign, protecting the 6th house, Leo. Saturn is in own sign anyway, so you're working hard and being of service to others. And but the only thing is these two planets are both malefics, and so they can impact your sleep. Be aware both of them rule your skeletal system and your teeth. So you want to just make sure if you're exercising, you do a warm up and a cool down. If you can walk, why not walk instead of running? Just be aware of those things for sure. And again, what happens is they're in opposition from 16th of August, when for a month Sun will be in Leo. So both, applies to both conjunctions and aspect. Then Mars and Saturn will be together 15th of March till 23rd of April in your 12th house. When they're together, Mars and Saturn, they're not friendly towards each other. But what Saturn does to Mars, it gives it boundaries, gives it form and restrictions. So this Mars becomes much more focused and creates a situation where you can really create good foundation for whatever your intentions are. So I would say during that time it's really good. So because you come in, like if you want to have a good old clear out of your place and let go of some things, do some spiritual endeavors or anything like that, it will really allow you to do that. You spend money too, obviously, because it's like 2nd house rule in the 12th house, and 12th house rule is aspect in the 2nd house. However, really good foundation if you want to have things done to do with your work, to do with your family, savings, etc. Really good time to do those, whatever it is that you like to plan for. And so that will be till 23rd of April. But remember, again, you could work really hard and get yourself tired, and you don't want to end up like exhausted. So don't burn yourself out. Saturn goes retrograde 30th of June till 15th of November, which is makes Saturn in Aquarius is quite nice anyway. It's not as harsh as when it is in Capricorn. It's even more placid and passive. So during that time, when it's retrograde. So that's what to know about that one. And obviously, lunar eclipses, I'll just give you the dates again. We have 25th of March 24 with Mercury, and we got a solar eclipse on 8th of April 24, and with Venus being exalted in Pisces in your first house, sorry. And then we have a lunar eclipse on 18th of September, and the solar eclipse in Virgo with Mercury in what would be your 7th house. So all of those are a worthy time where you get energy from the universe to actually put in place whatever you want for yourself, for your relationships, and work, etc. So I just wanted to just remind you that your 9th house becomes very, very active when Jupiter comes into Taurus, because Jupiter, Saturn, and Rahu will all have an impact on your 9th house. So very, very important time. So you can definitely plan when Mars joins Saturn there to do what you want to do, whether it's higher education, publishing something, traveling, belief systems, etc. You can actually manifest that with ease. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic year. Thank you for watching.